Black Panther was a character that I don't think I had a lot of knowledge about. He was always masked. It was like I didn't know who was under the mask. He was the king, and he was, a panther in the jungle, and I was just like, who's this guy? I don't know. Seems mysterious. There's a mask. I don't know. Seems kind of cool. Um, and then they started, elaborating on who he was, and I was like, whoa, this Wakanda place is kind of cool. Like, this is sort of awesome. Why have I not heard about this? And there are also so many comics that it's kind of difficult to keep up with all of these different universes. But in the past, like 5 or 6 years, you saw this resurgence. Reginald Holden was writing Black Panther for a while, and I think he was either director or writer of Boomerang. But he's the one who wrote the famous Storm and T'Challa marriage. And everybody was all upset because the superheroes didn't stay together. But I mean, come on now, those are some two big super egos. I don't really know if those two leaders would be able to put aside their crown for a second to allow the other to be. And I get it. But it's kind of amazing what Ta-Nehisi did with this series. He really fell in love with the world of Wakanda. He delved in, he did his research, he started to read, even though he wasn't previously exposed to it. He read it a little as a kid, kind of the same thing, that he was just like, I need to create this world. I need to know what happens to these characters because I'm the one who's making it. And in just speaking to him a little bit, I could tell that he was like, it was almost painful for him not to make it. Like, it was a need, like, I have to make this world. And I really love what happened in World of Wakanda because you started to see the inner turmoil. It wasn't just, here's this super tribe of super people who have these amazing powers and all of these, amazing costumes. There were real conflicts that existed between the power struggles. So here you have T'Challa, who, just like in the film, went to America and left Wakanda to his sister Shuri. And Wakanda is attacked by Namor, sends a giant flood. And so now the Dora Milaje, which are the female guard of the Black Panther, now have to try to pick up the pieces of their lost and damaged country. Well, for some reason, T'Challa is harboring Namor. So the Dora Milaje, who are basically like, hey, we've given our lives to protect you and our country, and you're harboring the enemy? What is this? So it starts a revolution. And that kind of like internal turmoil, it's just like, that's what would happen when there's a power vacuum. Here comes, the opportunist, and the military or the guard or those who are there, like, they have to try to like do what all of these diplomats do, and it's not easy. And I loved it. I think it was just really, really awesome. And me personally, what I decided to do was I wanted to put a part of myself into it because I'm just like, dude, here is this amazing fictional African country that has the most amazing technology in the Marvel Universe. And I get to be a part of this? Yes! So my name, Afua, is a West African name, which means a girl born on Friday in Ghana and the Akan. And in the Akan, they have these symbols called Adinkra symbols. And I have one tattooed on my wrist that is in Kim Kim, or the twisting. So each symbol has a philosophy embedded within it. And in Black Panther World of Wakanda, I put little Easter eggs of different symbols that mean different things. So one behind T'Challa that looks like a square with a little triangle in it, it means he who wants to be king must first learn to serve. So I decided to take like actual African history and put it in the story because that's how our history moves forward. Storytellers, like we place a little bit of fiction and a little bit of fact, and leave it to the reader to be able to extract which is which, and maybe within the fiction they can see or solve things within their lives that they may not be able to otherwise because they think these things aren't possible.